two main things to talk about today as market continues to change its direction. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. We got the overall NASDAQ market. It was selling off during this pre-market session. Two things being the main contributors to that. So first, one of the things that we began to see 1 hour before the market opened at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, we saw the market began to pull on back, which fueled more selling pressure. The original or the factor of that originally was retail sales. So retail sales came in higher than what was expected. And trust me, I agree with you guys. Like, why is something like retail sales coming in higher than what was expected? Meaning that, retail sales are performing better. Why is that negative news for the market? I want to remind you that we're seeing this through the eyes of the Federal Reserve. And when retail sales comes in higher than what was expected, it's not supporting the case that the economy is slowing down, and therefore the Federal Reserve can maybe justify a larger rate hike. I'm just explaining to you kind of like the thought process behind the Federal Reserve, right? If things were slowing down, then the Federal Reserve, wouldn't have much to justify more rate hikes. So this higher than or better than expected retail sales just supports that very easily. It's not that they're going to, it just means it supports the case that if data continues to show that the economy is not slowing down, then yes, there could be more of an edge on why the Federal Reserve can be more hawkish. The second thing that I want to talk about is NVDA stock tumbles as the U.S. tightens restriction on AI chips export to China. So this is, again, President Joe Biden last year unveiled restrictions on semiconductor exports to China in an attempt to slow down the country's technological advances and keep most of the chip industries in the U.S. The new rules announced Tuesday update those measures announced last year. So pretty much what followed up with today is that, again, NVIDIA stock, which was one of the biggest drops that we've seen from big tech today, it's already recovered quite a bit. But if you're asking, again, what has fueled some of that selling pressure, it was this. So stock was falling on Tuesday after the Biden administration said that it would tighten its restriction on exports of AI chips to China. So if we look at NVIDIA price right now, from where it was, from all of this selling pressure to this nice little recovery, again, you just have to take into consideration NVIDIA has a $1.1 trillion market cap. So yes, it does influence overall markets, right? It influences NASDAQ. It influences then all other big tech. And because of that influence and because of this amount of selling pressure, it brings the rest of the market down with it. But obviously, since then, it's been showing steady signs of a recovery, and we'll see. I also want to remind you, the past couple of days have been very, very choppy. On the 30-minute time frame, it's very easy to see, right? Today's Tuesday. This was Monday's performance, and this was Friday's. I don't know if you guys could see it, but it's very easy to see the high levels, the low levels, the high levels, the low levels, and the high levels. High levels for QQQ tends to be right around 370, right? The low levels support range tends to be right around 364 to 365, okay? Just making you aware of it, right? So you understand the low points, the high points, the low points, the high points. So as of right now, just waiting to see if we continue to show signs of progress. If not, then I'm going to start setting up for a potential trade on SQQQ. But again, if you're part of our LPP team, I'll keep you up to date with that. So I appreciate your time. I hope that we're in a thumbs up. We do have a handful of economic reports that are going to be released tomorrow from housing starts, building permits, and the Fed's Beige Book. So again, just something to take into consideration of what can influence the market a little bit more tomorrow. So also Tesla will be reporting earnings tomorrow. I do plan to live stream it. So just another reason to subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. So I appreciate your time. I hope to see you guys in tomorrow's live trading session. I want to remind you, I trade live every morning. You get to see all of my good trades. You get to see all of my bad trades. It's just a raw live session. If you want to learn a little bit more about it, it's the second link in the description down below. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.